Now here I am at the platform in Union Station, and you can see how close I am to the edge. It makes you nervous at the best of times, let alone when it's rush hour. But it's interesting here because this is the newer part, this is the renovated part of the subway, and you can see this platform here. It's not very wide, and so you get a good crowd of people. You're very close to the train. Jack Bolin and I have spent some time on the train today, quite a bit of time. We've only seen a couple of security people, but you know, they do a good job, and mostly things are safe on the subway if we're honest about it. But there's always things that can happen, and there's a lot of other problems in the city that come down into this underground city, and that's drug use and violence, etc. But the reality of it is that it's an old system that we're still leaning on, and we have to learn to deal with it. If they're going to spend the money to do the barriers here, that might be a solution. Or maybe people are just going to have to live with it.
I was playing, and this lady, she was passing by, and she just grabbed some money. So I reached down and I grabbed her hand, and she started to yell rape. So I just let her go, and let her go with the $5-6 she grabbed. And okay, so like 2 days later I'm playing again, and I'm seeing she's coming. So I stopped playing this time, and I'm looking at her, and she passed very far away from me, because you know that I'm onto her, right?
There's always characters on the subway, and that's one of the great parts of coming on the subway, whether it's the guy playing the steel drums, or the people that are panhandling, or even people that are catching a nap. That's part of it, and it's not new. Just because it's in the news now doesn't mean that this hasn't been happening for decades. Jack and I have been on the streets here in Toronto for 3 decades. We've covered this story before, and we'll cover it again. Dangerous at times? Are you worried someone could do something?
Yeah, I get worried sometimes, yeah, when I'm down here by myself, since that's happened, yeah. Makes a big difference. You don't know, people got mental health issues, and you never know when somebody's going to come down and do something.
So this is the spot on the subway in Toronto where the young woman was pushed in under the tracks here, and she managed to climb under this lip to survive. And when you stand here and you walk along here on Yonge Station or many of the older stations, you can see how easily it could happen, because there's really not very much room at all. With the Toronto Sun, Jack Bolin, the guy behind the lens, this is Joe Warmington, Toronto Sun.